Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1609. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated, and I can always use the support, so please keep it coming. Right, weather today is a little bit less warm. It's a lot more clouded and very windy this time. So, but still nice. It's good to have some air being blown all over the place, freshens things up. Yesterday was really warm overall, really was. So my plants are still enjoying the ride outside. I got another basil plant. Immediately repotted it. So yeah, they're all doing great. Especially the oregano is just booming. The newer one. It's growing really fast. Right, birds are drinking up that water that I leave there a lot. And yeah, there are jackdaw baby birds like inside of the stone, what do you call that? The thing there. Chimney. Because I can hear them all the time. So yeah, jackdaws like every year make nests in that thing. So yeah, it's great. White doves are also continually going around drinking from the water. They're so beautiful and elegant and like careful. I really appreciate that. Anyway, hello Dank, first in chat, good to see you, man. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of May 2023, and well, yeah, yesterday Flat Earth debate was epic. It was super long. It's like altogether the live show was like 3 hours or more, actually. Yeah, pretty heavy, but really hilarious. This McKeegan guy is just out of this world. And we weren't even done with the video yet. So I wonder if Nathan's gonna have another show, if it's gonna be that long. I mean, it must have been exhausting afterward. I mean, it was a lot of fun, but it was a long show, so. And everybody was kind of rumpusy from all the energy. But it was still great. Made some good observations that were received well. Hello, Dr. Utker, good to see you. Let's see. Right, that was pretty much, yeah, I was just thinking about that a lot. Did I watch a movie or something? No. I did watch Tropic Thunder, by the way, but that was Sunday, and I basically didn't get to talking about it. But that movie is freaking weird, man. like it is kind of funny, and it's interesting because there's like a lot of weird detail work, like with the acting. It's really a movie that is about the actors. And like Downey Jr. is like, dude, that guy was like, there were times when I just couldn't tell that he was actually Downey Jr. in blackface. I mean, he was like really into it. And it was like the funny thing because that was also kind of meta, the running joke, sort of, that he couldn't get out of his role. It was just amazing in that sense. Right, so funny movie, bit weird, and like the plot doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But I guess that's part of the joke. Yeah, Ben Stiller in it, of course. Super over dramatic, serious, sensitive background story from him. He loves to do that. In the middle of a super inappropriate setup that just like it's all fucking insane, pretty much. Very Ben Stiller movie. Of every movie he is in usually gets like that. But yeah, it was fun. Ben Stiller's underrated. Is he? I don't know. But it's just because of the type of characters he's always playing. He's always the weirdo. The one, yeah, always. And yeah, there's some people that just don't like that at all. They find it annoying. Like, depending on my mood, I find it annoying. But other times, it's just like when you're just like in a much better spirit, like it is just like really weird and silly and funny. So, yeah, I don't know. I liked it. But it was completely insane. Like, that's a movie you should definitely not let your little kid watch without guidance. Or better, just not for little kids at all. Like, it's pretty bizarre. Like, it's in a way also, yeah, surreal. Which is kind of is typically Ben Stiller. But it's a lot of that. Very surreal and crazy. Anyway. Hello, Richard G. Right. So, yeah, I missed out on other streams and all that. I don't know what Flatsoid was up to. Let's see in the history. Oh yeah, weird little thing with Mr. Cheswick. That was weird. A little live stream. Because apparently he says that Fight the Flat Earth basically stole a direct music clip of his or something. Or I don't know, it might be a bit weirder or pettier, I'm not entirely sure. But, like, he basically says that he's gonna potentially file a copyright strike because of Fight the Flat Earth using his music. I did see that. Right, Flatsoid. Did he do like a new live debate against Craig? Or is this just reviewing his own performance? Did anybody watch that? McToon? Was McToon on there? Yeah, it was awful, but was it live? I'm sure it was awful. Like I'm not gonna sit through that long with these guys doing their poisoning the well. I don't like to soak up the poison, you know. Yeah, last night. Hello, LSG, good to see you. A new debate. Ah, thanks, Dak. Okay, that clears things up. Right, so I don't know, man. Flatsoid is just like, I don't know. Maybe it's like his farmer genetics or whatever, and he's just farming numpties, because I can't do that shit, man. I can, like, I dealt with a couple of anti-flat earthers in the day, but now, and like, it's just, no. I just don't wanna, I don't wanna tolerate, I don't wanna have to tolerate all that shit. I don't wanna deal with somebody that's just continually cognitive dissonant and just all these tricks to keep themselves like that. I don't want to deal with it. I like to analyze him with that behavior specifically, sure, but I don't want to like have to face it interactively because it's very agitating to me. Same issues as Nathan Oakley has. But apparently Flatsoid's all good with it. It just has this infinite tolerance or whatever, or apparent infinite tolerance. Like, yeah, I'd like to take care of a couple of plants, right? Well, a real farmer just has like thousands and thousands. It's just so much, and because it's like, yeah, they can just do that. I might be able to do something like that, but I mean, it would be a real project to get myself to get to that point. Like, and I'm definitely not doing it with numpties, thanks. Like, I'm not going there again. I'm not just gonna sit through all that shit again. For what? People asking me, like, oh, I want to see you go up against Brenda. Like, what the fuck? Like, who really wants to see that? Of you guys, I mean. Because, like, why would I spoil the waters? Like, I'm trying to purify it. That includes things that just happen on my show, or what I'm feeling. Like, why would I invite, like, a toxic waste dweller? Someone that's just dumping poison into the spirit ether continually. Why would I want that? I kick those people out of my chat. Why would I seek them out? And they don't get it either. They don't get why I kick them out. They don't get that they are poisonous. They won't stop. They're just looking for opportunities to dump their poison like a bunch of addicts. Like, why would I want to deal with them? Not you, yeah, but you're sensible, Dank. Right. That most of you are. But some of you are just, I don't know, some of you are a bit bored, I think, and you just get caught up in the fray. And if somebody else is going up against it, then technically when you're sick of it, you could just walk away. If you're just hanging in the chat or whatever, right? That's the advantage. Well, if you're going actually live doing it, you can't just walk away. Because then it just becomes rage quitting, which is really embarrassing. Might be necessary though, but if you're gonna do that, not worth your sanity to deal with that. Indeed. And it is sanity. It's funny because sanity is, well, like sanitation, right? It's how clear is the water. So yeah, the waters of your sanity, your purity. How clear do you want to keep things? Somebody's spouting crazy shit and like not recognizing it's crazy, trying to reinforce it, like that's bad for the sanity. Their sanity's all fucked up. They got into that position. That shit's gonna rub off on you. Like, it might not rub off on you literally doing that, but the poison's gonna sit there like an overlay. It's gonna feel on you. It's gonna have a toxic effect, and it's gonna last even after it's over. Usually. Some people it goes away quicker than with others. Well, I'm typically a guy that, with me, things really keep hanging around a lot. Especially if it's personal. Then I have to like really actively, spiritually try to clean it up. And the funny thing is, the technique is very much about that. It is like a sanitation process spiritually. It's really funny when you think of it like that. So it's been extremely helpful because, yeah, shit lingers with me. So I need that. Anyway. Right, but man, that McKeegan response video, that's something else, man. And he kept naming Nathan's name too, which is like, that's like the cherry on top. That he's actually dumb enough to really draw his name in, like he's like so unbelievably underestimating the actual situation. The guy is full on delusional. Like, really deep. He's so deep in the well, he can barely see the exit. Or at all. You might just see darkness because he's so far away from the exit of the well that he just can't even see the exit anymore. Right? Pretty deep well. It's very deep. So he's really somehow fully suspended in that double-think world. But that shit's really dangerous, man. Like, the side effects as to like the rest of your life, I mean, that's a really severe psychological condition. Like worse than typical anti-flat earthers, which are already pretty bad. So this guy's like something else. It's the next level of insanity. But he's involving Nathan in his thing, and it's just so unbelievably hilarious. I mean, it's almost like it got to feel a bit like 2017 again, like when Rumpus went ballistic, when they all went ballistic after the Black Swan. Because that was like a hilarious time to sit through and see all that happen live. I had a lot of laughs. And this one's just like, whoa, it's that again, but like the next level. So I really wonder how the Flat Earth debate's gonna roll out today. Because that video, yeah, we weren't even finished yet, so. Hello, Fibroads, Amanda Jung, Terror306, good to see you. He'd be smart if he exited through the gift shop? What? What does that mean? Anyway, great to have everyone here. Or a lot of you. Bensky? I don't know what that is, but okay. Yeah, hey Rachie, good to see you. Try to FNAF a bit. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, thankfully there's nobody like that in this building. I'm so happy about that. I mean, there is sometimes a party, but that's really rare, and it's like a social event, whatever, and never late. And technically, I'm. It's so weird, right? The festival thing Saturday with the loud music, I got all pissed off. But that stopped like after 11. And I'm like, yeah. I'm really happy about that. That's like a thing. That's everybody just like, nope, no more frickin' noise after 11. And that there's this understanding about that. It's great. Tape on boxes? What? Oh, like the tape. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that sound can be very annoying to hear. If it's continual, yeah, that drives you nuts. Ben Stiller. Yeah, Tara, dude, I was just reviewing that because I watched that Tropic Thunder movie on Sunday, but I forgot to talk about it yesterday. So yeah, watch that. It is weird. It's a very weird but funny but crazy movie. I mean, it's genuinely crazy. Also, man, like Tom Cruise. Like he was like in character doing stuff, and it like took a long time before I even recognized him. Like, I didn't recognize him at first. It was really freaky realizing, like, wait, what? That's Tom Cruise? What the fuck? It was such a role that he normally wouldn't take. Where he kind of was using his shortness as part of the role. I mean, that's really unusual for Tom Cruise. But it was funny. Tim Cruise. Fat and bald. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was a wig. I'm not sure either whether he actually put on that weight. He might have. I mean, the guy might be like really easy to put on weight and get it off again. I don't know. But it's just the weirdest thing is that it just didn't recognize him. When he was already doing like being very loud and shit, and it just like I didn't see it was him. It's just. And then only later he kind of rolled into his like serious type trope because he was doing that in character. And that's when I suddenly like, wait, oh, hey, it's Tom Cruise. Because he did it the Tom Cruise way. Like how he typically does it in the movies. Because that's him being cool. And that's only when I suddenly recognized him. It was so funny. It was a fat suit. Yeah. Huh? You're only gonna take the role if he had fat hands. Okay. Weird. But I think everybody like in the movie had a lot of fun with it. Like the characters seem to be enjoying it all. So I mean the actors. The characters were just freaking crazy. Never go full retard. Yeah. I'd never heard that before. Yeah, it's a weird movie, and I think that when I first kind of like bumped into it, I was just in a really hurt or cranky mood or for a while probably, so that it just really didn't appeal to me at all. Like that type of humor. So that when it first got into my attention, I kind of like, yeah, get the fuck out. I'm not into that. But now, yeah, now a lot of stuff has been burdening me spiritually over the decades has really been cleared up actively. And now it's just like, yeah, now I get it. Now it's funny. Extended director's then. Oh. I didn't know that. Huh. Why didn't they put that in the main movie? That's weird. Why did they cut that out of the original? Maybe because all of it would have been too long, I guess. Whatever. Okay, Dank. uh, Night at the museum. I might have seen that one. I don't remember. Oh, behind the scenes cut. Okay. $20 minutes long. It's like a mini documentary by its own. Huh. Well, I did watch the long version of the movie. How did this movie become today's topic? Well, because I brought it up. Because I forgot to talk about it yesterday. But it's like an interesting movie to talk about, so I thought, like, well, I don't really have anything except for referencing yesterday's Flat Earth debate with McKeegan, which was hysterical, and I'm looking forward to today's Flat Earth debate. I hope it's gonna be continuation of that. But yeah, so I thought, okay, I'll just talk about what I watched on Sunday, because I didn't talk about it yesterday. Yeah, you don't have to say sorry, Tarot. I mean, we were literally talking about that movie. I think that you were the one that brought it up on Saturday. And then so I downloaded it and watched it Sunday. But yeah, it was interesting. Like it was funny, but it was also just crazy. Just really genuinely crazy. Ugh. And like the guy, I think it's Jack Black. God, he was like atrocious. I've never seen him in a more obnoxious role than this one, and that's a feat. Like that guy was fucking obnoxious as hell. Hell. Ugh. What? What? You are coming here after a week or so? What are you talking about? Oh, you haven't been around for a while? Yeah. But the last time you came by, I think that was you that brought it up. Jack Black's mother was a mathematician working on the Apollo missions? Woohoo! Amazing! Mentioning it a year ago. But I mean, come on, Jack Black is like a born clown. He is a freaking clown. Like, you know he is. So, in that sense, makes perfect sense, right? I bet a lot of the children from people that were working on the moon landing, that all of them turn into clowns. Clowns and trannies. It only makes sense. Yeah, LSG, yeah, I know, and that's, well, I tend to forget about that because I just don't care enough, but I mean, he is really freaking repulsive, like really fucking disgusting. So, and in this movie too. Alright. Yeah, I never saw that one, but I hear it's a great movie apparently, like an unexpectedly well-made animated movie. Right. Anyhow. Hey, sun's coming back out. That's awesome. Kung Fu Panda 4? What? Okay. The new Man in Black? Okay. Wow, let's see if they go full woke on that one too. That would certainly fuck it up permanently. Okay, Tarot. Yeah, I want to, if possible, like switch to another subject instead of movies, because it is getting a bit dull. I mean, yeah, Tropic Thunder, it was kind of funny and like unexpected and crazy. But I mean, this is not super riveting to keep talking about movies. Right. I mean, I'm really just kind of in my mind more interested in McKeegan. Like, what the fuck was that, man? Did anybody watch that yesterday live? I mean, it was like a 3 hour live show or more, 3.5. But like, the guy would be just creating a straw man. Like, I that point, like I spoke out about it, but where he would just start talking about celestial navigation and how you need the like you need to know the height of the like that, like what where the hell did he get that from? A height of the celestial, what? You need to know the height, and then once you establish that you need to know the height for some reason, even though he couldn't actually give a demonstration of doing that or whatever, just what the fuck? Then yeah, oh yeah, and a ball model, yeah, the height would be catastrophic. Like, yeah, so within your crazy straw man, that just out of nowhere, like the height of the stars, and then like yeah, and suddenly on the ball model, it works even less. So yeah, thanks. If you presuppose they have heights and there's some kind of necessity to calculate the height of the stars for navigation, then the flat Earth indeed works better. And what the fuck is that? What the hell's wrong with that guy? That's just insane. Why would you say all that? It's just like, yeah, celestial navigation doesn't work on a globe. Okay. Yeah, we know. Welcome to Flat Earth. What? Oh. Okay, you're gonna do stand up? That's interesting. Huh? Wow, cool, LSG. That's interesting, man. Right, are you gonna like upload it on your channel? Because yeah, what if you do that? When you've done that, I'll definitely advertise for you. That would be awesome. Huh? I didn't know you were planning something like that. That's cool. Hmm. His cocktails as in blind. You talking about McKeegan again? Dank? Because, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out as an empath, and, like, what was he thinking? Like, why would you do that? I'm now feeling, because I've been watching a lot of Angry Video Game, I really feel like, as he ponders upon, like, what were the designers of that game thinking when they were doing that? It's so stupid, it's so obstructive, so broken. And I'm like thinking, like, when he was rolling out his argument, what was he thinking? Really, it is like that. Like, what is he? Why would you say that? Well, I spoke it out on the live show at FED, but yeah, it's a new level of crazy, and he's engaging. So, like, dude, I wonder where that's gonna lead. I mean, if that guy's gonna, like, attempt to actually appear on the show, or even go on some neutral platform live situation, if it's not like McToon or something, dude, that's gonna be like the craziest ass flat earth versus globe debate that we've ever heard. If he's already doing all this, I mean, that would be spectacular. So I wonder how far this will go. Oh yeah, and if your own recording, good. What? Legitimized? You mean legalized? Right. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, it's getting really fucked up with England. I mean, there's some, like, crazy eco-fanaticism, cultish bullshit happening here, too. That, I mean, there's some really fucked up, crazy greenies that are, like apocalyptic, well, not apocalyptic, like Armageddon. Like, they're basically anti-human. And that's a problem, right? But the land is not getting destroyed here. I mean, they're trying to send away farmers, which is fucked up, and this should absolutely not be allowed to be carried through. But I mean, in England, it's like way worse. It seems like they really just want to destroy everything. Alright, but yeah. Okay, yeah, see you later, Jared. Thanks for popping by. But yeah. I think, by the way, that, like, there's a weird alchemy. Like, think about it. Like, they want to build bug farms, but those bug farms is like crickets or grasshoppers and shit. Well, those would typically, like, can you imagine that, like, a bug farm like that would just, I don't know, they'd all escape or something like that. Yeah, that's going to potentially like be a giant burden on the fields, and then people, farmers, might be like, yeah, we really need the freaking pesticides because we got a plague here, because those fucking bug farms just kept breaking and just breakouts of those bugs that eat our freaking fields. I was always thinking about that. Like, why would you choose those types of bugs that literally eat the freaking crops? Like, that doesn't seem environmentally friendly at all. It just seems dangerous. I mean, they can damage nature. You just have too much of that around. Craig over at Flatsoid was intolerable. More intolerable than usual, LSG? Yes, Clutch, and I think that it's on purpose. I think that the governments are like robotically acting in a very weird way. They're creating problems on purpose so that they'll be necessary in the future to deal with the problems. And I think like a lot of this new crazy system is specifically designed for that. They're rolling out projects to create problems so that they'll be necessary in the future to fix it. It's like racketeering. Hegelian dialect. Yeah, pretty much. Problem, reaction, solution. Right. Or perhaps more solution, reaction, problem. I mean, they don't just create a problem that they quickly react to and fix. No, they see long-term problems where there were none before. So it starts with the solution. The solution, it's not broken, it's just fine. Then they create a reaction to something that isn't there, to then eventually end up creating the problem that they were trying to warn about. It's the complete reversed world of the original Hegelian dialect. They don't just create a problem. They invoke the problem that isn't there. And then in their reaction to this straw man problem, they create it in the end. And then don't resolve it, you see? They don't fix it in the end. They create problems and they leave it there. So it's not problem, reaction, solution. It's solution, reaction, problem. You're just left with the problems. right? Because a problem reaction solution would be a trick to gain the favor, you see? To become popular. It's like, oh, there's a problem. Oh, he fixed the problem. Oh, he's awesome, right? That's problem reaction solution. That's not what they're doing. They're not fixing it to gain favor. They're literally invoking a problem that isn't there and then act upon that invocation, creating the problem that wasn't there before, and then leaving that problem to fester. Like, yeah, now you can deal with that problem that wasn't there before. That's what they're doing. Right. So it's like a reversed Hegelian dialect. I should call my show that. Solution reaction problem. Yeah. What the hell? Oh, yeah, of course. Oops. Right, but that will work out, right? I mean, yeah, but problem reaction solution, it's not literally the Hegelian dialect. I don't want freaking songs. Stupid ass. Alright, is anybody gonna say anything? Yeah, thanks. Such as options? No. Sorry guys, I'm just staring at the screen. Still here. Trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. The options available. Yeah, well, look. Problem, reaction, solution is like a basic formula to deal with anything. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, you have a reaction. And then you solve it. Right? The problem is that what is universally done by governments is they make a problem out of something that isn't a problem. Saying, oh, this is going to create a disaster of some kind. This is bad. So then they start to have a reaction to try to, I don't know, avoid the claimed problem. But then, over time, their reaction, what they've done, their measures, create the problem that wasn't there before, and now it comes into being because of their reaction. Right? I mean, oh, we have to fight all these, I don't know, racism and whatever, all that sort of shit. Well, guess what happens? It becomes a problem. Before, it wasn't a problem. It really wasn't. But because of like this effect, like, oh, people being accused of it, people are getting sick of it, and they're actually like, it can be like a popular rebellious thing to do that now. It's become sexy, right? So they literally, by going after it all the time, create it. Right? I mean, oh, this anti-racism crap, as they're supposedly arranging things. Well, what is it doing? It's creating an environment where like terrible people can just roam free and do total criminal stuff. They just completely get away with it on camera, and everybody gets to see it, and like nothing happens to them. Like, dude, nothing creates more fucking racism than that. Than that environment. Like, everybody like really fucking hates that. It literally creates, like, that's a similar effect as to like learning that in some African country, and this is not reality, I think, but an African country that we're like at war with, and they like hunt down and torture Europeans or something in some country because they're like doing that. Yeah, that's like, ugh, we hate them. They're racist against us, right? Well, they're literally creating such an environment in our fucking countries, under our nose, on purpose. Creating like the biggest racism agitation you can possibly imagine. So all that anti-racism crap is literally creating, breeding racism. It's creating an environment that causes grassroots racism, where there was none before. People got it out of their system. Higher understanding. And guess what they're doing right now? Getting tortured through media and through shitty circumstances around you. People are gonna give you racist ideas because they're acting like disgusting animals. Like the animal types, you should like take a stick with a lasso around their neck and put them in a fucking cage and then leave them there. Yeah? That type of freaking figures are being roamed loose like wild animals in the streets. Trashing things, attacking people, harassing, raping, stealing, murdering sometimes. And they're just like, oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, well, what do you think is gonna create more fucking racism than that? Can you think of a single thing? Can you imagine anything that could create more racism thinking and feelings than that? I can't imagine a single thing. So they're doing that on purpose. They're literally instigating racism by creating a scenario where that's continually happening because of insane over apologetic tolerance, which is absolutely destructive. Right. Yeah, but who gives a fuck? You see? It doesn't really matter if there's a little racism here and there. I mean, there's a lot of racism in Asia. They're really freaking racist. And that's just the way they are. And they're not gonna be changed. Right? So, yeah, you want to be all freaking tolerant? Well, endure the torture then. Oh, we're gonna take care of racism. Oh, really? Oh, well, get ready for a bunch of animals with human skin to start destroying and raping and vandalizing everything. Yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, you're against racism? Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah? Oh, I'm so against racism. Oh, well, prepare for the fucking torture then. Because that's what you're gonna get with your fucking weenie attitudes. Yeah? That's what you get. You whine about racism? Well, prepare for fucking torture then. Because that's what they gonna do to you. You fucking cock bitch. Yeah? All those people, you're so worried about racism. Yeah, those people are fucking maniacs. And they're like racist beyond your wildest imagination. Yeah? Worry about yourself. Yeah? And if you know somebody's a cool dude, and he's actually a cool dude and not just acting like that in your presence, then yeah, you should help them out. You should defend them, right? If they're being treated like an animal when they're clearly not an animal, yeah, that's wrong. But that's because you know them. Yeah? You know them. Yeah? Defend those you know, that you like to deal with, that you accept. Like, yeah, I accept the way they are. But it has to be acceptable. If you're gonna, like, oh, I'm gonna accept them no matter how they are, even if they are acting like complete fuckwits or maniacs, violent or whatever, yeah, well, you got a problem then. Like, I just don't tolerate terrible behavior like that. I wouldn't accept that from white kids or whatever. Any type of kids. Like, no. They're like, I don't give a fuck what their skin color is. Although it does effectively matter for typical group behaviors. Like, there's some weird genetic influence there. It's different. It's like how kids Like you're thinking about between 8 and 12, sometimes they just go ballistic. They get like they get manic, and they start to act like animals. But sometimes it gets a little out of hand. But usually it's like they just get goofing around and shit, right? That typically happens. Most kids. Well, with some of them, they just certain skin colors. But not just skin color, it is like a type, a certain type. Different races, different types. They all have it in their own way. And like even white kids that I remember, because when I was younger, was mostly in neighborhoods with a lot of white kids. And they would do that shit too. And they would get mean and bullying and all that shit, right? But they would like never vandalize stuff. There were only a few people that did that, and those people were like genuinely retarded. They were like super white trash, and they would vandalize shit, and everybody hates them. Right? They could barely even talk Dutch. It's terrible, and even though they were born Dutch, absolutely, they just were retarded. Well, if like, yeah, I mean, white kids can be super nasty bullies too. If they're like in a group like that. But I mean, black kids, and what I've seen out there on videos, that's just like they treat people like they're like it's a video game sometimes. They just get way too violent, and they're like completely out of control. Like kids like that just need real serious discipline. They need parental figures that are like, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck you think you're doing? Right? Maybe not the swearing, but just that get really like, hey, snap out of it, you idiot. You're becoming a criminal. If they don't get that, yeah. It's different. It's more dangerous in ways. But yeah, with good parental figures, they get through it great. Usually it is all about like what are your parents doing for the kids and how much they get out of control. Because I knew white kids that were like kind of criminal, and that really kind of stayed into that. But it's because like they couldn't communicate with their own parents really, and they got all locked into their own thing. Parents couldn't get control over them, couldn't get through to them, and those are the ones that get the problem. Doesn't really matter like what your skin color is really. The point is all this whining about racism has made everything worse. It just, look at the freaking behavior, don't look at the color. Right? If you somehow have to look differently at somebody because of their skin color, if you have to judge their behavior differently because of their skin color, you are then acting and living racist. That's racist doing that. Yeah, you're measuring with two different scales based on a response of skin color. That's racist. If somebody's out of control, they're out of control. It doesn't freaking matter what their skin color is. But if you're going to specifically treat them differently because of it, especially if you're going to be somehow more tolerant because of a racist trait, you are being a racist. Yeah? Tolerating based on skin color is worse. It's worse. than like treating somebody bad because of their skin color. Being nice to somebody because of their skin color is worse than being bad to them because of their skin color. It has a more negative impact. It's more racist to do that than treating people bad because of their skin color. Do you understand? The irony of it all? Right? Race favoritism fucks a person up much worse than like being discriminated against because of their race. Right? Because race favoritism, being treated as special, it puts you on a pedestal, and then you start to believe that you're better. You become possessed by a devil. Arrogance. Entitlement. All that stuff starts to pop up because you've been positively discriminated against, which is worse than negative discrimination. You do prefer people at a similar cultural upbringing? Yeah, of course. Because you relate to that similar cultural upbringing, you have ways of dealing with it. You know, you have the tools. So of course you want that. That's homogeny is only logical. Because you'll have more tools for that. If things are relatively the same around you, people do the same things, like the same things, well, then you can basically, rely on that. Rely that those things are wanted and needed, and you can research that, focus on that, get better at those things. And because the homogeny will guarantee that will work. Right? Homogeny makes things reliable. You know what you can count on. Anyway. But that's like for a personal thing, right? Because as for like a government top-down, diversity is great. It's just don't freaking force it. Don't just throw people together in a place like a petri dish and just force them to deal with it. Like, that's not how you should do that at all. People have territory. They have their territory. It's natural. Like, even animals have territorial needs. Humans too. They have a territory. It's their place, their group, their land, their culture, their language. Let them be. Let them be their language. Let them strengthen, deepen their understanding, or weaken and diffuse and become multicultural, and then eventually nobody will even know what it is anymore. Yeah, and then it's gone. Now you're just a soup. A soup of whatever's being poured into the kettle. And you don't have any homogeny anymore. And you don't know who you are anymore. You become isolated by disconnection. Because you don't know who people are anymore. It's just become a soup. Incoherent soup. So it's up to you. Like, are you gonna hold strong? Are you going to keep the homogeny of whatever you have with the people surrounding you? Are you going to have an understanding together? Or are you going to let multiculturalism literally unravel it all until everybody's all lost? Find themselves being forced to obey the monster machine with the crazy anti-human messages, because that's the only thing that actually accommodates for real multiculturalism. It's there for that. It's there to take away your homogeny and then enslave you because there's nothing else to turn to. Yeah? You shouldn't turn to government for everything. Originally, you turned to your family, you turned to your community. For help. That's where you got it. For help, for a job, for medical treatment even, right? Big families. Everybody learned a specialty. People got really good at their specialty. It would be even rare that there would be, yeah. It's like back in the day, everybody would find their specialty, and like having the knowledge to develop that specialty was like rare and precious and expensive. Now knowledge is all over the place, but people lack the will and the purpose. Like there is no necessity. It's not precious anymore. Right? All that knowledge that was so precious back then and worth gold, even though it's literally nothing, that was literally overprinted. It's like suddenly there's infinite amount of gold. Well, guess what? Gold's not going to be worth anything anymore. Well, that's kind of what happened with information. There's so much good information that it's like people don't engage with it. They don't actually want to assimilate the precious information. It's too much of it. I mean, some still will. But most won't. Yeah, see you later, Clutch. Thanks for being here. Bullying is a response to imposed unnatural order. Maybe. The warrior's not weak. I wouldn't say that, Borders Boy. I mean, the point is there are pretty awesome politicians out there too. Well, there's not a lot of them. It's very rare actually. But like there's this one guy in the Netherlands, Gideon. He's like a small dude, but he's freaking awesome, man. And he's even like a bit nerdy, but he's so good with words. So careful. So yeah, and he is small. I mean, he's smaller than me. He doesn't weigh a lot, I bet. But he is awesome. So just because he's small and meek, that doesn't make you terrible. But yeah, if small and meek come forward as politicians and be super arrogant and all like, oh, we're the ruling class, you little people, yeah, that's just fucking obnoxious, right? If you have some weak, pitiful, sniveling worm that's role playing like they're better than you. Yeah, that's fucking obnoxious. I get it. But just because they're little doesn't mean that they are always like that. There's some pretty damn awesome leprechauns here and there. Yeah, I know. I like to call it Gideon a leprechaun, but he's our leprechaun. He's awesome. Love the guy. Glad he's there doing that. It's been very inspiring over the years. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's been pretty good, and he's kind of doing like what we're doing at the Flat Earth debates with anti-Flat Earthers. It's kind of like politics in the Netherlands kind of become like that. Because they're double-speaking Muppet pretender clowns up there in the ruling coalition. They've gone full Nazi, pretty much. And it's... yeah, I mean, they're dealing with that. It's pretty messed up. Right. But I know what you mean. It's like if you have a small dude and he's awesome, then he's like really awesome. You'll love him. But if you have a small dude and he's a filthy fucking traitor that thinks he's better than everybody else and has a lot of envy, yeah, that sucks. I know. I know they suck. Right. That's why they're technically grabblers. Because a lot of grabblers are small people. And they really suck. Right? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna round out the show. It's been a bit over the place. But yeah, been pretty decent, right? Was a nice conversation with a lot of you. Rishi Sunak, yeah, definitely Grabbler, and a magician wannabe too. A lot of these politician grabblers, a lot of them seem to be kind of like wannabe magicians. They just want to perform a magic trick and have responses. Don't you get that feeling with a lot of them? Like Trudeau too sometimes. Just, I got this feel like he just wants to, like as he's doing it, like suddenly like floop, he's got a rose in his hand. Like something like that. It's just like they're all wannabe magicians or something. They just want to enthrall you. It's so weird. A lot of these New World Order politicians are really weird. Anyway, I'm gonna round out. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated, and I can always use the support, guys, so please keep it coming. That would be great. Right. So, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1610, on Wednesday, and I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates over at Nathan Oakley 9080 channel, which should start up any minute now. Hope to see you there in the chat. And until the next video, keep it flat.